Hello, beautiful people. In this video, I want to go over the importance of not caring about what other people think of you. And we're going to be highlighting more about that. And this ties into having your own power, because having your own power is not loud. It's a silent power. It is owning the pace that you set to speak to someone else for them to understand where you're coming from. Your power is basically understanding the standards that you set for yourself. So the standards that you live by and that you act upon. So for example, this could be just you individually living as your own being, where you work, what you wear, what you do, how you speak to someone indicates how they treat you back. Observed that owning your power, it really comes from experience. Craft it, you are well equipped, like you have it added to your belt, if you will. Power is something that you don't need to over-explain. You just act, you just do, you just become. Now, if you are on this verge of unlocking this, it takes persistence and time. Now, when it comes to power, you have to know that there are people who want to take over that power. Power is the ability to be soft, and at the same time, you establish a sense of worth to yourself. So for example, if you're at work and you feel like dealing with other people who have expertise and knowledge, and no matter what, you should know that you're learning something new every day, despite if you have knowledge and experience into something, because then you're not being an avid learner for life. So for example, when I'm at my work, I make sure to represent myself the way that I want others to see. I want to carry a standard to deliver great service to people in need, and then obviously being cooperative with my team. So in certain situations, even in my life beforehand, I know many others have dealt with certain things where power has been tested. Now, when you stand out as a person and you know your worth, you're authentic. Right now, I'm speaking in the terms of 3D and the 5D realm. You have to keep in mind is that you have to be observant. You have to get to know your surroundings. You have to get to know life, the people you're around, because you have to know at all times when to speak up, when to showcase that you are important. Now, sometimes we are on the verge of not speaking up and wanting to have a quiet peace. That can happen. But if done for too long, then you look dismissed. So the whole point is, do not look dismissed. If you look dismissed, then people will not look at you in a way of high regard. No matter what, this could just be this could be in a career, a job, this could be with friends, family. You are selling yourself at any given moment. When you walk to buy something, you are walking into a store that is attracting people who see value in the products, okay? Now you also become a standard because they want to cater to your needs, to make sure you buy something, to make sure your service was great. So take that into account, where power is how you walk in and portray yourself, and you know exactly who you are and what you need. Because there are people who they have their own opinions, their own judgment. And remember, everyone will. No one is going to like you. No one is going to root for you. You can never pick what happens in your day. You have no control of anything except yourself and around your circumstance, if you will. And at the same time, it's like comparing apples and oranges. Power can be taken away from you too. When you are a genuine person and you see things inside and out, it could probably get to people because you are not to be played with. Now, it's because I take myself seriously. If I'm going to do something, I feel it is my right to own it, to have it. That's like saying when you show up to work, you earn your paycheck, right? Imagine if you didn't. So then your time wasn't worth it. So this is another thing I learned, is that when you have power, when you have some sort of standard that you represent by and you live by, there will be people or circumstances or situations that you have to learn yourself for it to not continue to disrupt your image. Even if you're new, even if you're not new. Because at the end of the day, as much as we try hard in something that we do, or as much as we show up for ourselves and we give it our all, there are times where we get the effort and there's times that we're not getting the effort. And it's your job to recognize that you have done the effort. You first, not others. You come first. You recognize it. So when you recognize it, you will be able to delegate that to someone else who is of witness, or to people that don't really know you. Remember, when you sell yourself, you are like a business. So your clients, for example, go with you, or your friends are your friends. Who you are around is who you're around. Who you are with is who you're with. So basically, you are the one that is selling yourself because you are selling a certain standard of lifestyle, of needs, of being, where someone will know you own your own blueprint. Now, you have to know your blueprint because not everyone does. When you know yourself, it becomes intimidating because people cannot walk over you. They don't know how to get by you. It's better like that because you see right through things. You are someone with clear vision at work, in life, in relationships, with yourself. That means you're intentional. Being intentional is the key law and factor of receiving anything that you desire, want, because you're manifesting that. If I'm intentionally making this video, it's because this message has to come across to people in similar situation, or intentional about daily life, what you are doing. Now, sometimes we do have to do things that we don't want to do. I've been there, trust me. But now I flip it. What I'm doing, what am I getting out of, and what could I do to look forward to something I want to buy, something that excites me. That's another thing. That's owning your power. You're not allowing a system, you're not allowing someone to control you, to take from you. You cannot allow someone to take your energy, your effort away from you, in front of your face, behind your back, whatsoever. I mean, this could be a random day where you are walking to a store and something happens, and this could be a family situation where there's so much you can tolerate, but you have to stop and have a boundary to preserve your peace, preserve your resilience. Now, owning your power also means Some people take away peace. Some people take away your resilience, what you built for yourself, what you are, your worth. That's why people know how to break down worth, okay? So if you cultivated your worth, your experience, it becomes a standard, and you say it, you live by it, and you show it, it will automatically reveal itself. You don't need to explain yourself, only when the time is needed. So make sure when you are tapping into your power, you are fueling it every day. Whether it is you wake up early, do your routine, and then you get into a pace and a momentum to then start your actual day, because that energy is carried throughout the day. That's good energy. That's inviting energy. That's stable energy. That is free energy too. You don't want to be someone who's just rolling out of bed and then going to work, for example, or just going to the next thing. Then you're truly not activating something in you, and you have power to do that. You also have power to not allow a circumstance to beat you up or to make you feel like it's not fair. Sometimes your body, your intuition knows things are probably not fair. It's up to you to weigh out the pros and cons, to weigh out what you could sacrifice, what you could take on in terms of interacting with people, in terms of, I mean, that's pretty much it. I would say like interacting with people and things that just seem like out of the ordinary. Life is out of the ordinary. Nothing is what we think it is. We all want the same thing, but none of us do it. Like if someone wants consistency and discipline or love or whatever, you name it, some of these people are doing it for themselves. They're not going to do it for you. You have to remember that. But it's your job to do it for yourself, and just be aware, detect that everyone is watching out for themselves. That's just how it is in this world. Power with high self-esteem, who don't need to explain a lot and just is as is, will be that. So owning your power is your physical appearance, is the skill set you're learning, is the goal that you're leaning towards. So remember, there are always things along the way that seem hard to get through. But if you keep persisting, you're going to get yourself through anywhere, manifest, and you'll thank yourself as you go. Write these things down, believe in yourself, and know that it's coming true. I just came back from my walk and it's getting dark. I love putting like a flower in my hair. It just gets me in the mood. I love nature, so walks are just like my favorite thing in the world. All right, so keep your power up. Do anything that increases it, and I hope you learned something from this video. Bye.